with good blocking leading the way. He's got the first down inside the 25.
Gain of 6. That's another Baltimore first down.
They'll motion a tight end right.
And the Raven first down.
They'll run. It's Henry. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers. It's a gain of 9.
At the 15-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
We're going to go right back to Henry. And he'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down. First and goal.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and goal, Baltimore.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. And he'll take it on in. Martin Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. On is Luke to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Ravens will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. To return, here's Ray Davis. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Aviators offense about ready to take over once more. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. The 5 straight division titles. It's hard to see who can knock them off that perch right now.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo remains the king of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild. Quarterbacks, new coaching staffs, trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years past. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami. I just don't know, Mike, if they are ready top to bottom over the length of the season to get enough wins to keep pace with a team as good as Buffalo.
And 2 new coaches at the bottom of the standings last year, the Jets and the Patriots. And Greg, both guys who played for a long time in the league and bring a certain amount of toughness to the top of the organizations.
Oh, absolutely, and it was very clear exactly what New York and New England were looking for. They wanted culture setters, right? It wasn't about getting the fancy play caller. It wasn't about the X's and O's. They needed to establish an identity and a culture of excellence and of winning. So no question, Mike, there was a very clear mission, a clear path to landing on Vrabel and Aaron Glenn, and they think they have their guy for the long term.
We'll try and run here with Cook. And they bring him down at the 23. Second 2, just fine. Luke James, first down, picked up.
That's another Toronto first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
And they'll get about half what they needed to pick up a 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of
Allen, going to give it to Cook. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Allen. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Chidobe Awuzie.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, They force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. Greg, when you step back and look at this AFC North, Baltimore and Pittsburgh, their rivalry now really for a couple of decades has in so many ways defined this division, and they set the tone for everything that happens when you are in an AFC North game.
And you talk about divisions having identities, they have their culture. Really at the top, Baltimore and Pittsburgh kind of want to play a similar style game, strong on defense, great run game. Obviously, Baltimore adds the extra element with Lamar Jackson. To me, the fascinating team, though, is what kind of jump can we expect like from the Cincinnati Bengals?
I agree with you, because if you think about the toughness and the physicality, Cincinnati can put up points in an electrifying fashion. And even the 1 year Cleveland was up here at the top of the division, they did that as well. But you come back to the defensive side of the ball, and when I look at these teams, Greg, I just think, man, these are defenses that can stop anybody in the league, and that's where you've got to invest in this division.
Yeah, and I think that's what's so fascinating about Cincinnati is they're kind of they're the pass heavy, they're the spread attack, they've got unbelievable weapons on the outside. Obviously, Joe Burrow, a quarterback. But it was the defense, and you said it, their inability to be as good on the defensive side of the ball as Baltimore, as Pittsburgh, traditionally, but especially last year, is really what allowed them to be the odd man looking in when they missed the playoffs. So I think if Cincinnati can just improve a little bit on defense, they have the offense to now enter and make it a three-man race in the AFC North.
Jackson now on second down. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson going up top and looking for Flowers. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jordan Stout now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The Aviators offense ready to take over possession of the football. Now, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025?
Now, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals, you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattled off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
What's putting over the guys who are watching the NFC?
Well, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, that's dealt with their own injuries last year, with McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
Pass right side, taken in by and they're going to work this down inside the 45.
That's another Toronto 1st down.
On the carry, it's Cook. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He's brought down at the
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Conclusion of what has been a wild opening Sunday of football. Let's check in with Scott Hansen and see what he has brewing for halftime. Scott?
Wild indeed. Thank you much, Mike. Coming up, we're going to take a look back at what happened earlier today. Scores and highlights from around the NFL. That's all coming up at the half. Let's get you back to Orchard Park for the final 2 minutes of the second quarter.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
To throw on first and 10, Allen. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 50. Down at the 12. It's first and 10.
First down.
Allen will throw. The throw on the run is complete. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. And they'll get together prior to the second down play.
At the Ravens' 6-yard line.
From the gun, here is Allen. He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. Game's took. Touchdown, Aviators. What a start to the year. His second touchdown in this opening half. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
He'll start at the 4. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Lamar going to work from the pistol. This is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target. And it'll bring up second down. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. They don't confidence the receiver. Couldn't hang with it. And it brings up third down.
And 10 yards.
Now Jackson. He'll try to run for it. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. And will stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half.
6 yards.
On comes the punter now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line.
First and 10.
The Aviators offense. And Josh Allen headed back onto the field. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. They'll throw on first down with Allen.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
6 catches for him in the ball game now. This one's good for a first down. So from the 39, they come up on first and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Today is the day we've been working towards all summer, the debut of our new halftime show. So without further ado, let's roll. Our tour around the NFL starts now at legendary Lambeau Field. It's the Packers at home to take on the Lions in the NFC North. And he was a top 10 rusher from a year ago, Josh Jacobs. Gets past the line of scrimmage, gets room, gets it in, 22 yards on the touchdown. From there, it's off to SoFi Stadium. We're looking on the Rams as they host the Houston Texans. And this one, I'm not quite sure what to make of this. Footwork, agility, speed, power, a brilliant run for the touchdown. The Rams wind up winning this one in front of the home crowd to begin the new season. One more to show you, and it's out in Seattle, the Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And it's the man who spent the 2023 season with the 49ers, Sam Darnold. He connects on the touchdown pass 18 yards away. With that, a look at what's already transpired and what's still to come in a busy first week of the new season. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Derrick Henry heads out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread. But now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtimes. Each team getting the ball. I am so happy, Greg, that it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten to stop the whole game. If Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on the walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. A lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come over.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Second down, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up
on third down, Jackson. Moving left. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn it to a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
His kick is perfect. And the Ravens will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Aviators offense and running back James Cook making their way out. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving over to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Devontae Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can...
James Cook to the 20. And he's into the end zone yet again. James Cook, touchdown Aviators. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Makes the score Aviators 28, Ravens 17. Tyler Bass.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. LaJohntay Wester now to return it. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
The Ravens take over.
The Ravens offense ready to take over once again. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Play action now. Jackson. Left side into the hands of Hopkins. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line.
10 yards. And from Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the
Bateman is the motion man. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and...
It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They're trying to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Big Ed Oliver working his way in to register his 1st sack of the new season.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Davis to return it. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Aviators offense and Josh Allen head back onto the field. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
This one downfield, complete to Cooks. They'll break the huddle. It's coming up now for 1st and 10.
That's good.
From the gun, throw here for Allen. Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks. From the 41, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the Ravens.
Take the handoff, and now it's Allen. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Toronto.
Allen going to throw again. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Brandon Cooks. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. It's Allen. Pass complete. Right side to Kincaid.
Complete.
He'll come up to 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
One more time going up top with Allen. Taking off. He'll try to get there. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Toronto. That one is going to hurt the defense. He's looking to throw, can't find anyone, takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for an exciting touchdown run.
And these are the plays, Mike, that just drive defensive coordinators crazy. You had all of his targets covered up, nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he gets out of the pocket, takes it all away with his legs. He's just as dangerous with those feet as he is with his arm.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough field.
Yeah, we've never spoken to a team before their week 1 matchup where they didn't tell us this is the best training camp they've ever had, it's the best roster they've ever had. I mean, how many times have we heard that? So in this case, though, Mike, I think you have to be careful that you don't overcorrect. Of course, this did not go according to plan. This is not what they've been building to through their entire offseason schedule, but it's still also just one game. So don't throw everything in the garbage and start all over. Don't throw out all the hard work from the previous offseason. Stay the course, fix what went wrong, improve, and move on to week 2.
Trying to set up the screen to Mitchell. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
So barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it looks like this is going to be a 3 and out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Aviators offense and running back James Cook making their way out. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the top conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. On 1st down, it's Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the gun, it's Allen.
42-yard line.
That's going to be incomplete. Good work. Had the defender bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
And 2.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Again, it's Allen to the air. His pass right side, taken in by Cook. From the 46, here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Allen going to make the read and hold on here.
And after that short run, means them a little bit closer to the first down marker. They're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Allen on third down. He's got his man. That's Kincaid. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain or two. Good enough for the first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Fourth quarter begins with a run by Cook. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. It's a pickup of 12. That's enough for a first down.
Toronto, first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Ravens have come up with the football.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
The Ravens offense ready to get back to work. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. In motion comes Andrews. On 1st and 10, Jackson. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Jackson now on 2nd down. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
A first down throw for Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
On the option, they give it to Henry. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll tuck it and take off. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line. They get 22 yards there. First down, Baltimore.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Mike, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
10 more yards.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Out of the gun. Here's a give to Henry. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's another Baltimore first down. A gain of 5.
Lamar going to work from the pistol. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
One of the tight ends in motion right. 2nd down. Jackson. That's to the tight end, Charlie Pola. He'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 7.
The shotgun, here's Jackson. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's in. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Ravens. Well, Greg, the Lights still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The extra point is up and through. And the Ravens are able to cut into the deficit. 24. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Aviators offense. And Josh Allen head back onto the field. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Cook. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
That run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
That's good for a Toronto first down.
On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. And he did a nice job there, sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. Allen will give this to Davis. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Wiggins on the cover.
From the gun, here is Allen. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. It's a catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7.
To the air once more is Allen. And that is incomplete. Keon Holden, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
Tyler pass on for the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
Passes kick is good. The Aviators add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. There's a short one caught by Andrews.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back, and they get him down for no gain. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Jackson. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins.
DeAndre
first and 10.
13 yards on the play. And the Baltimore
Slot man gonna move in motion left.
First and 10 at the 48-yard
Jackson
line.
now to throw on first down. There's that man again. Another catch.
Complete to
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a
gain of
first
7.
down completion
Brings up
of 7
second
yards.
and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Off the play fake. Jackson. He takes off. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Jackson now. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. Ball on the 27. Here's second and 4.
Brings up second and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Bateman is the motion man. Jackson looking to throw. That is brought in at the 10. And he will score. Game on. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. That is second touchdown now here in the season opener. The extra point is good. And the Ravens will cut the deficit to 7.
Ravens 31.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. On the return, here comes Davis. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Aviators offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with a 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. Allen now on second down. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. They'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. The defense uses its second time out here. And don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well.
41-yard line.
On first down, it's Allen. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. And third and final timeout taken by the defense. So the 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left. On second down, Cook, he's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
The tackle made back at his own 49.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Third down and 3. They'll drop to throw, and that is incomplete. Joshua Palmer was the intended receiver.
Incomplete.
And that'll set up fourth down.
Wisnowski in punt formation.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll begin with first and 10. Back to throw, Jackson. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
10 at the 50-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. Throwing Jackson. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. The sound deafening in the dome. It's third down.
4 yards.
Now, Jackson. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. Another try, second and 10. To throw is Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. This crowd trying to be a factor. Getting very loud now. It's third and 5. To the air one more time with Jackson. That's to the tight end, Kohler. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Raven first down.
That's another Baltimore.
And now the spike will come just under 40 ticks remaining. Jackson now on second down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. And the crowd a major factor now as we get to third down. Bateman is the motion man. On third down, Jackson. Left side into the hands of Hopkins. Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big first down. Buck out at 21 as he's able to spike it right there. They'll come up now for second down. Lamar going to work from the pistol. And that's over everybody. Out of the back of the end zone. It is incomplete.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Jackson up top again. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. Again, it's Jackson. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within one, and a two-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute.
Mike, I know everyone has their opinions about whether to kick it or go for two, but my honest opinion is I don't even think there's a decision to be made. I'm keeping my offense on the field. We've practiced all week for our gotta-have-it two-point play. Dial it up. Do not play for overtime. Win the...
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
Mike, this is the right call. I know it didn't necessarily work out for them in this case, but with this little amount of time left, try to end the game in regulation. Don't force this thing to overtime. They get that two-point play. Barring a miracle, they win. They end up coming up short, but I still think it's the right play.
And scored too little, too late. They need a recovery and a miracle here. And he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it. So the fans gonna...
That's about as close as it gets. Apologies for all the technical difficulties, everybody. Hopefully you still enjoyed that game, though. What looked like a blowout just about went the other way. Very good game. And we will see you next time. If you like this stream, please be sure to subscribe, follow, and support us on Patreon. And we will be back with some Major League Baseball.
On X at EA Madden NFL. Good night, everybody.